Welcome to Moonlight Truth Studios. I am Mama So, that will be channeling Grandma Spider. This is an ancestral message, and I want to pull a card or so to see what is the point of this session. And then I also, when I sat into the energy, because I just finished doing 2 messages and I done derobed to prepare myself for bid, and that's when it was coming in, and to discuss what's standing in the way and what's supporting you now that you may not be aware of or that you may not see. um yeah. Ancient ancestors of our greatest good and our highest vibration, what is it that you want to talk or discuss at this time? Ancestors, what is the point of this session for me? We wander. I don't know how my camera is going to pick up. I really don't. Nurturing ancestors. The nurturing ancestors that progressed and then degressed. 50, 53, 27. Transformation. I don't know how this is showing up. Okay. This seems like the ancestors, the point of the session is that the ancestors may need you to nurture something, to transmute, to change something. There's a way, there's a way of perception or how things were perceived. The ancestors, they want to evolve. They need you to go deeper. The point of the session is they need you to go deeper. Don't just go at things for surface value. Don't just cover things up. Um, the, um, Papa Sam, Aunt Martha. Uh, there's something that needs a deeper look. I see this as a sunroom, but somehow it's looking like an attic. Procrastinating, going through something in the attic, I hear. Important, transformative energy or something in the attic. There was something else that was coming through, but I lost it. Wander. This wander is as if walking the maze, wandering through the hallways, the portals, or walking through the archives of the ancestors. Let's get some more on this. I want to use my astro here. This, it can come in many different ways. This can be the ancestor This can be you, a particular area in your natal chart. Is my microphone? Yeah, it's green. Stagnicity, procrastination. What else do we need to see, ancestors? Okay, what's standing in the way? The journey. That's the nourishing, the progression, the change. 56. I don't know. 56. Yeah. It's almost like they say that you start, doing a little ancestral digging, but then, you give it attention, you give it what it needs, but then somehow you stop the process, you stop the gathering of information. And that's why that feeling of needing to go deeper, is here to bring some type of balance, because it has something to do with your point within your soul, within your soul's mission. What's supporting that they don't see, ancestors? What don't they see that you need them to see? Ancestors, I prefer that y'all pull magnetically without me pulling. Thank you. Even though I don't know. Scorpio, investigate. Transformation. Transformation. Ancestors, investigate. So, yeah, so things can be changed, so that things can be renewed, so that you can walk through the portal of purpose. Yeah, there's a deeper journey within that needs to be investigated. And that's standing in your way because some of you, the ancestors, are saying you're not taking the steps, the initiative. You're not putting in the required time that it takes. You're not in it long enough. You're only there for a moment, but not for the duration of it and what's really required. Yeah, the review. Look, utilize these retrogrades. If I'm not mistaken, Saturn is one of those retrogrades right now. That's the institutions, the traditions. This is the generational curses or the generational debts. Yeah, it's like the ancestors, they really right here really desire you to renovate them, to raise them up. It's like they're ready for another level, another cycle. But there's some deeper work that needs to be brought forward, that needs to be balanced. There's something about testing the alchemical boundaries, pushing past or going past the limits. Ancestors, yeah, pushing past the limits. That's the wandering, that's the sojourn. That's the spiritual and physical half of self. The centurion, Sagittarius energy, the further thinking, seeking out the truths, taking the journey, exploring out different avenues or different ways to alchemize or transmute something within this ancestral line to make it something better, to refine it, because six is here, refinement. but refinement can also take place within the supreme mathematics of the five, because that's that destroying to refine, to rebuild something, to be good or solid, to serve within the six, because the six can be the service of the Virgo of our wellness, and the six can also represent the ancestral family that is present here. I heard go further, 11:55. I want to ask the ancestors, how is this journey hindering you? I just don't know if I want to use tarot cards or if I want to use these here. Um, I think I may build off of this because, yeah, because I see the support. That's the deep dive. That's going into the sacred mysteries, the ancient, wisdom of it. I see that support. I see that water, you know, activations, because that Scorpio, that's kind of like that um, alchemy process, and how the death and rebirth of things in our life take place that can sting and hurt sometimes, but how we take the lessons from it, take the lessons from the journey. And that's what's standing in the way, not taking the lessons of the journey or documenting, the experience in this greenhouse type atmosphere here. Yeah, that's where, yeah. This is my shamanic dreams oracle deck. Watchers, transpersonal. Yeah, outside of the self. That transpersonal, it's outside of you. It's the influence of the seventh house, and how you grew up. Some of you don't want to go back into those memories, and that's what's in the way of this spiritual activation, this renewing, this new business idea or endeavor that you want to approach or experience within your life. This love relationship that you want to experience, whatever that is, what that is for you. Okay, everyone's situation here is different in what you want to um manifest, because this transformation, it goes through the process of breaking something down or mixing chemicals, to test to see what works, right, to get the ending result. Yeah, the final outcome, the final desired outcome. Yeah, the final desired outcome. What is that? That's what I'm curious. I'm wondering, what the heck is the outcome? I gotta write that down because my mind forgets. I need to ask, what is the outcome? The outcome, what's on the other side of this transformation? Other side of this transformation. Oops. I don't know how to write shorthand, y'all, okay? I do not want to forget that is in question. Yes, I wrote it down in my book, okay? Okay. All right. because I feel like that's the suspense, the outcome. Right now we need to deal with, because the outcome, it's like the return, the return from getting these obstacles or getting these challenges, working out these kinks. What do we need to see about these kinks? Ancestors of our greatest good and highest vibration. Ancient and ancient. Oh God, I can't get it out. Ancient ancestors known and unknown. Shit. I can't get it out, y'all. Known and unknown. I heard Billie Jean, not my lover. That used to be one of my favorite songs. Okay. That's how they wanted to come through for you. Whoever's still here with Mama Soul and Grandma Spider. Okay. What's in the way of the journey? No? Ooh. The rejected one. It's almost like, I wish I knew how this picture was. It's almost like this right here in this greenhouse sunroom. And here is like, it's burnt up. The root girl. The disowned self. That's that starting something and walking away. Rejecting it, putting it aside, casting it aside. Ooh, woo! Ancestors, you're talking to me. Christelle, the earth and hollow. They are talking to me in this as well. Because the example that I have is the many crafts that I create with my hands. The things of my soul child and what I desire to do and to nurture have so many unfinished projects, so many paintings and drawings that are incomplete, so many handbags, crocheted bags and crocheted items, apparel that is incomplete, so much jewelry and certain things that are just incomplete, the disowned self. And this is the example of me, in what they're communicating, because it deserves the opportunity to live, to transform some things within your life that are good, that are worthy, that are valuable, that are rare, that are unique. But they're saying that you got to take and create the space and stop rejecting the self, but to nurture the self in order to move whatever stands in your way, whoever is still here, whatever stands in your way that you are consciously aware of at this present moment. You know what you got standing in your way, whether this is something inside of you or outside of you or both. And I heard them say, do we make ourselves clear? Yes, y'all do. You got to investigate, go deeper in how to create and make the space, the time to be able to go into the chambers of the self, to be able to produce. This is to be able to produce. And what's to be produced is the other side. You can't see over there, can you? On the other side over here. Okay? Over here. Anywho, my candle is off. Okay, well, shit. Can we get a little bit of light over here? Or did that make it worse? I don't know. I just don't want to forget this other thing. Anywho, maybe not. Maybe I'm just having minor technical difficulties, fam. Oh, so much better. I don't know about for you, but I took my candle off right here, off the stand. Anywho, I guess I'm just gonna leave my notebook right here, like so, like that. And we're gonna look at the support that you may not be aware of. How is this supporting you? But I can see this is some things of the past that we have just put aside. Certain programs, certain software beginnings just been put aside. Whatever this ancestral gift, this thing that's deep within you, this deep yearning, yeah, cast away. It's like some of you, your ancestors that you have known have played a part in shunning or shutting this part of you down, especially in those moments when you were futuristic within your creativity or very adventurous in your activities, your choices as a child, and how you showed up were considered to be dangerous or not the way to go, is how I'm hearing it. That's not how a young lady's supposed to behave. You're not supposed to be climbing in no tree, chasing behind no boys, trying to play tag, tug of war. Boy, get that doll baby out your head. You will see that you ain't gonna be no sissy, no punk ass. This is how I'm hearing it. This is how I'm hearing it. Oh. Let me put that out. Yeah, I need to put that back down. So, do we want to just pick from the top? They said no, but I'm curious. In the hand, the universe is your partner. The many modalities that you possess, the many different codes that is within your ancient DNA that you house within your primordial source of fluid. That's how I'm hearing it. And there's a part of that that has been neglected or denied. And that's why the nourishment isn't present in the now. Once again, okay. Once again, like that, or what do you mean? Support that you may not be aware of. What's supporting this Scorpio and its transformation ancestors? What's supporting them? The net catcher. That's the investigation, right? That's the well, the sacred well, the ancestral pool, because I'm seeing like a net, catcher. Preparations come to fruition. So what's supporting you is that you have what it takes to go and fetch what you need. 46, 42, 50, 53, 27. What number is this? 56 and 8. I don't know, my crystal ball may be blocking that for you. Oh, I gotta do it over here. Mindful, group think. Gotta go into the well, collect. It's almost like a word search, you know? The investigation is like a word search, or a Scrabble, or yeah, it's like, or charms. I'm seeing charms over here in this depiction, in this image here. I don't know how my camera, I'm gonna say it again because I just don't know. Okay, yeah, it's almost like charms. But that's also like the letters, like this word searches, or maybe even the Suzukus or whatever, because that's the investigation, the clues, the formula to figure it out. You have to cast, into the waters with an open mind. With an open mind. Ancestors, is there anything else that you would like for me to bring forward? Yeah, because the open mind is the review, right? Reviewing the information instead of rejecting it or denying it or denouncing it. Yeah, they want to go into the tarot, especially if you're still here. I want you to know that I appreciate you. Do make sure that you share with other like-minded individuals. Do become a part of my tribe, and subscribe. Hit that bell notification so you know when I upload. Um, in this channel, in this space, I assist within what's blocking you from your soul child or from your soul purpose and why you have come. That may be wounds of Chiron, traumas, all of that, or even certain traumaed egoic shadow ways, that are from the deep roots, of our ancestors and our past lives, because all in, is all living within this embodiment. Yeah. So I appreciate you if you're still here, receiving the message, and taking what resonates for you. And once again, share with other people as well so that they can receive the messages that the all that is within the ancestors, known and unknown, and the ancient ancestors that we definitely don't know. However, are here to prepare us and prep us in how to better utilize our weaknesses for our strengths. That's how I'm hearing it. Which tarot would you like for me to go for? I'm a one moment. This what stands in the way. It's in the way of your transformation. It's because I'm going to use these cards, but 5 and 3 equals 8. Scorpio is on number 8. Then we have 56, the journey. 5 plus 6 equals 11, the portal, the gateway. The 8, 8, 5 and 3 and 8, to this transformation, to this change. The phase and the preparations is within the collective of all. It's having to look at those spaces where we have denied ourselves, where we allowed certain things of our ancestors or our past lives to inhibit us, to stagnate us. And this is where we get to take that review within that deeper look into the investigation and how and where it is within that foundational structure and what was built for us when we were the youth, or when the ancestor that you've known was in that situation. The repeated casting and not going to the next level of extreme intense to get renewed. Hmm. 33:55 when I saw that. I'm gonna finish hitting my peace pipe, my channel pipe, because they want me to go further. This is going deeper into you before we close out with this outcome. What's on the other side? Because there's some dirt. There's some things that need to be looked at, that could have been possibly, what's been stopping you. This is so important. What's been in your way. This is that rooted, haunted past, because this is the collective ancestors. And there's something that needs to change in how you go about nurturing certain things. Because whatever way you've been going about it, it's not getting you where you need to go. It's just not getting you where you need to go. Let that remain. That's for the ancestors, those that partake. They said clear the energy, but then I hear the bell. So you want me to do this too and ring the bell? Okay. Before we walk into this next phase of this. So this will be quite lengthy. Okay. This will be lengthy, especially if you're still here at this time, because there's resonance and you're ready to go further into the deep abyss, the scorpionic energy. Yeah, let's go further. Uh-oh. Uh-oh, y'all. Let's go further. I hear, do you see what I see? Do you hear what I hear? The sun. So maybe there's an event around a holiday that may be significant for someone. This may be a space of reminiscence, or an area of the holiday where something of your soul child that was living within its youth that was cast away because of something that someone said to you. My example to that is in my earlier age, and I was having experiences to see that I had the ability to prophesize, to see events play out before me. And I went to someone that was supposed to be someone that understood the mysteries of God, and supposed to have been, a servant of God according to the Christianity, and where I was, and shared the experience openly and givingly. And I was shunned and I was casted. I was said that I was a witch and that I was an abomination to God. And they went and got the Bible and went and pointed out, and it crushed me to disown the authentic part of me. To give an example, I can't seem to get enough water right now. I went away. They want me to go further with this. The root girl. It runs deep within you and what it is that you contain and what needs to move and transform and become fruitful. But the experience and when I was being demonized, rejected, the energy of the Lilith, the wounding of the healer, of the Chiron, searching out a space, humiliated, trying to find a space to run and hide, to bury my heart, because I felt the emotions within my heart, within my essence being broken. And I was trying to hide before the tears could break from my face. But every space within the house, there was an event. There was people everywhere. And I had to hold it in. See, standing in the way. Holding in the essence of who I truly, authentically was and am. Kept me from being able to nurture what was developing, supposed to be growing. I do desire that Mama Soul is clear in this message here through her life example. Within the journeys I have experienced, I had to come to realize through the shadow work, the Scorpio investigation, through the shadow work of my ancestral lineage and the things of my past lives and how they equate to me in this present of who I embody, of I am. And this too is you, who is still here, is to you, is also you. The Knight of Coins. Yeah, it's been a long, long time. It's been a constant journey. The deprivation, the stagnicity, the not being able to move forward because the heart within feels condemned, feels forsaken, abandoned, left alone. And I can see why the unwillingness in wanting to step and move forward, to go into those areas again, because it brings and stirs up so many different emotions within us. But those emotions are something that is a required thing within our growth and our evolution, within our healing, within our learning to know thyself. It is something that is very imperative. It's very important to go and face those so that way you can know how or where you can rewrite the script, rewrite the narrative. Because there was ways that I had to utilize to assist me when I had to go back into that memory. And I had to face it and call it out. I had to talk back to it. I had to go back to that moment of my innocence and my wanting to share. And I had to go and speak up for myself in that moment when I did not, because I did not have the knowledge or the consciousness, the awareness, the expansion of my mind was not mature enough to know. But I knew that I was having the experiences, the supernatural experiences, the phenomenons that were taking place around me and within me, and thinking that the religious man or those that served God within Christianity, that knew what the Holy Ghost and the Father and the Spirit all truly was, but yet they did not. I do desire you follow me. Because their ancestors are carrying a heavy heart. Because the ancestral heart is also the heart that you bear. And at the point in where I feel there's not much water, it's almost like a desert, you know, but there's a little bit of water, but it's like the water reserve is depleting. I ancestors, I don't feel as though I need any tarot here, y'all, for real. Who's that? Someone said, come on, just one. Just one. Who's that wants to play with the tarot? One may not come. What is this? Who's this that wants to play with the tarot? Because I feel as though that there's enough and plenty that has been said here. This is a deep ancestral root that has been carried around for some time. And it's time for justice and fairness and equality to be restored within this energy. What do you have? Damn it. Y'all see that, right? I do hope so. It's the Wheel of Fortune. It's the karmic debt. It's the past. It's been going on. Like, yo, come on. Come on. Come on. Y'all can't speak no louder than that. Y'all can't speak no louder than that. It's been going on through the generations. Everybody else utilizing the energy. The Queen of Wands. What goes with this mother? Ooh, what's this? The Tower. That's the crashing of the fire, the sun, the crashing, the breaking down, not being able to be creative, to be seen. But in the deeper note, this is someone that wanted to feel good, someone that wanted to look good, but somehow the tower, somehow something took place in their life. What is this? It's Queen of Wands does not define gender. It defines energy. The queen is the one that feels, okay? It feels the soul. Because the soul is the fire. It's the source. So it can be male or female. It's the internal parts of creativity to be acted out or to be done through the king. Because the king is the direction, it's the physical vehicle of your body that goes to produce this creation. What's this? What else do we have, ancestors? One that wants to bring tarot here on the table. What do we have? I heard we have an open mind. Oh, the ancestors have an open mind. The Four of Wands. To go in, yeah. Because this is the Hermit. An open mind to go in. That's the search. That's the investigation. But how does this fit? This is the inward. This is the hiding place. This is the hiding place. Remember, I said that I was looking for a place when I was broken that I could go and hide so that no one could see my tears. This was the space of my isolation. So there's some information for those of you that are still here at this long of time, that this is where you can go and collect and do the investigation. I feel like this is what's on the other side. This Four of Wands is at the other side. You know, this is the outcome because this is celebration. This is a sense of victory. This is the unification of the past, present, and future. The mother-father unity, the happy home, the happy structure, the foundation, instead of the one that just keeps falling down because of this deep-rooted past. The Eight of Cups. It's time to move on. This is all that I have for you, and thank you. Until next time, good night.